In this lesson, we'll be looking at the concept of disruptive innovation and different models of blended learning. Some of the models we'll be discussing can be implemented by an individual teacher in his or her classroom, while others are systemic models, or institutional models. As our education system changes, it's going to be important for teachers to be able to speak from a position of knowledge on these things in order to have a say in systemic changes. Blended learning to some is just another tool to engage and challenge your students. Others, however, see it as a disruptive innovation to the field of education. What is a disruptive innovation? Well, briefly, it's a new idea that completely changes an industry by making goods or services better, cheaper, or more accessible. A new idea, or innovation, changes or disrupts everything. Disruptive innovation. Disruptive innovation isn't necessarily a bad thing, and for consumers in these industries, it's very much a good thing. The idea was originally used in business to describe ideas like these. When Toyota developed innovative new ways to build more reliable cars more cheaply than the big three in the United States, they disrupted the automobile industry. Recently, Netflix disrupted the movie rental industry with cheap online rentals. Those who talk about blended learning as a disruptive innovation aren't talking about a few teachers using online activities here and there. They're talking about disruptive changes to the way students are educated. For those cheering for a disruptive innovation in education, the focus is on making education better. The rhetoric you'll often hear from this group is that they want to end the factory model of education where everyone's shoved through, does the same things, and hopefully you get a significant portion of students to graduate successfully. Instead, they want to see online models used to give every student exactly what he or she needs when he or she needs it. Now, some talk about making education cheaper or more accessible through blended learning. Now, the good talk about this is using blended learning for resource sharing, sort of like the Blended Schools Consortium shares all sorts of resources throughout its membership. And also schools can use blended learning for more efficient use of facilities. Some schools are more efficiently able to use their space and time by having students do more things through an online environment, and teachers are able to be more efficient by using online environments. Now, the gorilla in the room, anytime you're talking about this sort of thing with blended learning, is the fear that computers will replace teachers. I am firmly convinced that computers cannot replace teachers to any significant degree,